Welcome to Honeymoon Mindset. We are passionate about helping everyone be in an everlasting honeymoon phase just like us. We will teach you how to get to paradise in your relationship and stay there for the long haul. Shy away from real talk? No way. We cover it all. Fights, sex, past relationships, family issues, and way more. We are your hosts, Beth and James Deppa.
Hello, everybody. I am James with Honeymoon Mindset and Passion Life Mentors. Welcome to this Friday edition of Honeymoon Mindset. We are so honored and grateful that you are here with us today. So today on this episode, like I said, all week, and we're talking on Fridays about dating. Mondays we deal with kids. Wednesdays we deal about your relationship with your partner. And today, we are talking about dating. Again, we're going to use the word partner as a general term to cover marriage, to cover your spouse, significant other, partner, whatever you couple, and relationship as a general term to cover marriage, living together, committed relationship. We're just going to use relationships. It just makes life easier, more simple, more content, we'll say. So when you hear me using partner, sometimes, I will say marriage or your spouse or significant. It's not a slip up of the tongue. Sometimes it's intentional. Sometimes, it is a slip of the tongue, but it's all okay. We're okay with that. Dating. What is dating? Most people think dating is something you do to get to know somebody. You meet somebody, you go on a few dates, you get to know them, you build a relationship, you build rapport, you get to know them, eventually you fall in love, you keep building that relationship, and eventually you end up in a committed relationship, whether it be marriage, living together, whatever it is. That's dating. Most people, majority of people think that once that's done, you keep it going on first year or two in that honeymoon phase. But does that honeymoon phase have to end? We've asked people this last year when we started doing our podcast, and on Facebook, on Passion Life Mentors, Honeymoon Mindset, and other various groups that we're part of on Facebook, Instagram. And the general consensus is most people think once you have kids or after a year, maybe 2 years, is when the honeymoon phase ends. My response to that is no, you don't have to have it end. It doesn't need to end. It can continue. And one way to keep that honeymoon phase alive, the honeymoon mindset alive, is through dating. Dating is something that you should do a minimum of once a month, if not every other week. If you can afford the time and effort to do it every week, wonderful, great. But what's the point of dating? Dating is that intentional time where there's no phones, there's no friends. It's just you and your partner. You're having a good time together. Sometimes it's serious, fun, adventurous, curious, relaxing, intense. Dating can be a lot of things, but dating also, what it really does is it helps you and your partner to keep growing together, keep learning about each other. Because once you're in that committed relationship, in that final relationship, marriage, committed relationship, whatever, you don't stop there. Yep, that's who I was. No, you can continue to grow as a person because of your job, your friends, the relationships, your acquaintances that you have, whether it be your acquaintances or your partner's acquaintances, same with family, works together. So dating is something that you continue to do. You also have to date yourself. If you have kids, you need to date your kids, nieces, nephews, even neighbor kids. Date them too. Give them some time away from their parents. It helps round those kids out. So what's the benefits of going out on a date? Like I said, It builds the relationship. It makes your partner and you feel important, special, heard. If there's a tough topic that one of you needs to talk about or wants to, a date's a nice way to do it. No, it's not your ideal. You don't want to make it the whole date night. No, but have a good dinner. Have a walk on the beach or park or woods or whatever you guys like to do. You do it. And if there's a serious topic, you know what? I want to go on this date with you, but I want to talk to you about something. I need to get something off my chest or my mind that's been bothering me. You pre-frame the date so your partner knows, okay, we got to spend some time dealing with something. I don't know what it is, but that's okay. And then you deal with it. You talk about it. If there's answers or solutions to be had, you come up with them together. Going on a date also helps you as a pair, as individuals, grow. Like I said, as an individual or as a couple. Because you'll learn new things. You'll experiment things. You'll do sometimes things that you've never done before. You learn to laugh, cry, have a good time. That's the point of dating. As you change, your partner changes as life goes on. Naturally, we all change. But this helps bring that out. You bring that curiosity out. You keep it curious. And also when you keep that dating going, you keep the romance going. You keep the spontaneity alive. You help in the bedroom, keeping the sex alive. Now, one thing I do need to say is dating does not need to be, oh, we got to have a 4-star, 5-star restaurant. We need to have this. No, dates do not need to be expensive. Dates can be very creative and simple. You can be at home playing a board game, card game, putting a puzzle together, reading a book to each other or with each other and talking about it. Dating can be going out on a picnic. Or, hey, we both really want to watch this movie that when it comes out. Let's make it a date night. You stay at home and you cook dinner together. Or one of you cooks dinner for the other. Vice versa. And you sit there and watch and enjoy the movie. That can easily be a simple date night. Date nights can be free, cheap, inexpensive. And a lot of times, those free, inexpensive dates are the best ones. Really. Because you're putting more time and effort into it. You're really thinking about the other person. Now, I understand not all of you are going to be like that. That's fine. That's not you. That's not your style. That's fine. But maybe one of your date nights is experimenting with that, trying it, seeing how it goes. There's also a lot of books out there that you can find. 101 Dates, or one thing I see on Facebook right now is Adventure Date. And the little clip that I see says that have a date on water. And they take an air mattress, blow it up, and they have a picnic on a lake or river while they have their date. Interesting, fun, unique. Going on a date can also make you want to push each other, do something new or curious. Date night can also be, hey, I have this hobby. I want you to try it. Let's make it a date one night. You know, one of you might be really into cars or animals or something, and the other one could just detest it. Well, this gives you an opportunity to learn something different or something new about your partner, your partner's passion, your partner's hobbies. And making it a date night, a fun night, you're all in, you're learning, you're experiencing. You may not like it, but to your partner, holy cow, that's going to speak volumes to them. And it's really going to touch them deep in their heart and really show them that you love and you care about them. And vice versa, when they do stuff for you like that, you get to show that. You may like to do needlework as a hobby, or patch quilting or whatever, sewing, looking at birds or flowers. Well, if you both like to hike and walk, make it a date. And then they can learn and see your excitement about why you enjoy watching birds or quilting and needlepoint. That's the fun of a date. You get to keep learning about each other. You keep making each other intentional in what they mean to you. Dating just doesn't stop after you say I do or yes for a committed relationship. It doesn't stop a year or two or when you have kids. It continues. That's the other thing. And when you do decide to have kids, you need to date your kids. If you have nieces and nephews, date your kids. And I said earlier in the show, if your neighbors have kids, take those kids off so they can spend time together too. Those other kids will learn how to associate with other people better, how to open up and communicate. Now, open up means being comfortable with other people, not being vulnerable, not being in danger, but no, open up, how to communicate, how to relate to adults, other people in a normal, natural feel. So when they do get out in the real world, hey, I can communicate with people comfortably, not feel so closed off or feel so scared or skittish, but they have that, this is what's going on. Plus, it opens their minds and their eyes to other experiences that they may not get in the home. Hey, we always do things this way. Well, hey, here's another way. For me, one thing I like doing is I like making pizzas. I did it in college as a high school job. Where I worked, we put all the toppings on first, and then we put the cheese on. You know, it's the chunkier stuff, the thin stuff like ham, pepperoni and stuff, and then it's cheese. I know other places, they put the cheese on and then they do the toppings, or vice versa, or a mixture. Hey, those kids will learn that. Same with your nieces and nephews. Plus your nieces and nephews, if you're watching them, let's switch to them, I should say, they will get to learn more about their family history. Hear stories about mom or dad and what did their mom and mom or dad and dad or their parents when they were growing up or kids, and hear those fun stories. Or the other thing with nieces and nephews or grandkids and stuff, you live in the city, they live in the country. They can come and experience that whole totally different society, culture. So when they get out, hey, they can experience it. Or if they experience it, they may not like it and stay on the farm, or they're in the country, whatever. So that's the point of dating. That's the beauty of dating your nieces and nephews, your kids. For your kids, they need that one-on-one time with each of you individually, sometimes together. That's fine too. It gives them a chance to say, hey, let's talk about something. Open up. Give them that safe space, the opportunity to be vulnerable and open with whatever they're thinking or feeling. It could be something they saw on TV, heard one of the kids down the street or in school, or it could be something in the family dynamics that they're like, I don't know if I feel comfortable with this, or I just don't like it. It gives you a chance to address that child on a one-to-one basis without having to feel embarrassed, ashamed. And that's what these dates are for. It gives them kids time to be kids with you. You get to be a kid with them. Kids will get to see their parents in a whole different light. Not just you know what, you need to do this. I need you to clean your room. I need you to do the dishes, do your homework. Nope, don't do this, do that. No, it's what do you want to do? And same thing with these dates. They don't have to be expensive. It could be, hey, it's your time. This afternoon we're having a date night. What would you like to do? Let's go play Legos. All right, let's go upstairs and play Legos. And you go play Legos for a couple hours and talk. You're getting down on their level. You're letting them show that you have a fun side. They get to experience their parent in a totally different light. They get to be open and vulnerable. And as you watch them and see how they play, you get to pick up on things that like, oh, wait a minute. Sweetheart, we need to change this because so-and-so or little Bobby Joe here is expressing this and they're learning it from us. We don't like that. I don't like that. It gives you a chance to see that and start making changes and address issues or address things before they become big issues or problems later on down the road. Dating your kids is very fun and useful and resourceful as a parent. Not to mention, then you get to learn the kids' love language. You know, if they want to spend time, do stuff, go out, get physical, like playing games, football, basketball. Hey, let's go window shopping. Let's go buy something or go make something, give it as a gift to mom or dad or whoever. That's the point. You really get to learn who your kids are, how they speak, what's their love language, what sets them off, what makes them happy, what's bothering them, and then you can address those issues. And they don't have to keep it inside. And when you do this, what's going to happen is, I'm seeing it with Beth's kids. She did this really well with her kids raising up. I didn't do it so well with my kids when they're raising up. Is that they will come talk to you when things are going wrong in high school. When most teenagers want nothing to do with their parents. Because you set that groundwork early on in life that you are approachable. They can feel comfortable come talking to you about anything. They can know that when they first talk about it, there might be some resentment or anger, but they also know that my parents will calm down and then we'll have a rational discussion about it, and they will help me. They won't judge me. They will talk to me about it and help me work through it and come up with possible solutions. Me as a parent, that's what I want. Yes, I have that with my kids. I have that with Beth's kids. They do come talk to me when they need stuff or help or confused about what to do. We created that space early on so that later on in life, they can come and talk to us when they're older. Beth's and most of my kids are in their 20s. I still have a teenager that just got married, and I have one in high school, another teenager. Otherwise, the other 5 are in their 20s, living life. And we've been dealt some doozies, but they've been able to come and talk to us. They've been open and honest. Some conversations haven't been nice, but we also know, okay, they need to get stuff off. There's things bothering them, and we will talk to them about it and with them. And that's one thing with our training is we are able to talk to them and help them figure out their solutions, not our solutions, their solutions for their problems. When they want help or advice, we give it. And it's just, I'll say, in our opinion, in our minds, this is how we're seeing and thinking. How does that make you feel and think? And that's the point of doing these dates. It creates that bond very early on in age. You can start doing this at 3-4 years old, even probably 2, I'd imagine. These date nights with your children. And you can do it with your nieces and nephews, your neighbors' kids. They may not have a safe place at their house, but getting them away. And the other thing is when you do it for your neighbors' kids, you get to help raise them the way you want your kids. So they have some automatic friends when they get in school or college. They have peers that they can rely on and go to for help and support. Or, you know what? In this COVID stuff for this last year that we've all been shut down, they have friends they can go play with because they know people. So what are you doing to date your spouse? The other thing is you need to date yourself. Part of taking yourself is dating you. Pushing yourself to do new things. Dating yourself. Going out with friends. Letting your partner go out with friends. Because you can't always be there. You will not always be the solution for your partner and their problems, their frustrations. Sometimes they need to go out and let steam off with their friends or with themselves. Or by themselves, I should say. Dating is something that you have to do for yourself. To keep yourself in tune with who you really are and where you want to go with your life and experience new things, and that you can bring it back to your family, your partner, your relationship, and it helps keeps things new. It helps keeps things going, even if it's the same old. Sometimes you might do the same thing. It's like, I just experienced something new this time, or never realized it before. So you need to date yourself. You need to date your partner. You need to date your kids. Dating is a very viable option in any and every relationship. It creates that sense of worth in each other, importance, love. It's very vital. Who are you going to go out on a date with? Who are you going to give that intentional time to? Again, it doesn't have to be expensive. It could be a picnic, a walk. Spend that time. Take them out for a date. Take you out for a date. And date your kids.
Thanks for joining us this week on Honeymoon Mindset. Make sure to check out our website at www.honeymoonmindset.com. If you found value in our show, please check out our Facebook group, Honeymoon Mindset, and share it with a friend. Thank you. This is Beth.
And James. Live like us in paradise with a honeymoon mindset.